Hi everyone, my name's Didem, registered dietitian. Merhabalar, ben Didem, diyetisyenim ve biraz sonra Türkçe özeti geliyor. Today I want to share my personal story with you. Why, how, and when did I start following a vegan or 100% plant-based diet? I hope that by sharing my story with you, perhaps it can help you or inspire you if you're thinking of going on your own plant-based journey. Now, like most people, I was not born into a vegan family, far from it. It was during my teenage years that I started to change. I started to learn about the environmental impacts of animal agriculture, the waste, the water usage, the greenhouse gas emissions. For example, currently, livestock production produces more greenhouse gas emissions than the entire transportation sector combined. Like, that just baffles my mind. Those kinds of facts and statistics really impacted me, and I said, that's it, I'm going vegetarian. That was around age 14. However, I didn't have a lot of knowledge, I didn't have a lot of support on how to do this, so I kind of went in and out of it for many years. Now fast forward 20 years. At that point, I'm now a practicing dietitian, and I'm always looking for ways to, keep up my nutrition knowledge. So I stumbled on some research on plant-based diets, and I had an aha moment. Whole plant-based foods are the most healthy foods for us, and they can not only prevent but also reverse some of the most common chronic conditions like heart disease, diabetes, obesity. I mean, I kind of knew most of this before, but I didn't grasp like the full extent of it, and the disease reversal aspect. Like, that was never talked about when I was training to be a dietitian, and that just floored me. Now, that's a whole nother video altogether, dietetic training and biases in that, but let's save that for another video. So, needless to say, 4 years ago, I decided that's it, I have to follow, like the science is clear, I am going to follow a vegan or 100% plant-based diet. And for me, it really wasn't that hard since I had been vegetarian for most of my life. But of course, I still had dairy. I loved milk in my coffee. I loved ice cream. And I just thought, how am I going to give these things up? Well, it turns out it's so much easier than you think, because the more research you do, as I didn't stop reading, the more I learned about the health, the environmental, and the ethical reasons to go 100% plant-based. It was just so easy to drop the last few animal products from my diet. So, did I make this transformation overnight? Pretty much. And did I have an amazing, do I have an amazing story to tell you about it? Like, do I have before and after bikini photos to show you? No, unfortunately not. I've always been the same weight pretty much my whole life, except for when I was pregnant. So my weight didn't change very much. I've never had any health problems, like, to begin with, knock on wood, so no change there. But there were two noticeable differences. After I went 100% plant-based, my skin improved so much, and my menstrual cramps disappeared, like, just gone. Like, those were the most incredible differences I noticed, and they are supported by research as well. Many other people have experienced the same thing. So for me, the biggest transformation was a clear conscience. I no longer take part in any animal suffering, at least from my dietary perspective. I have to work on other areas. I'm continuing my pledge to tread lightly on this earth. And professionally, I am fully practicing what I preach. I love that. Now, coming to that, as a private practice dietitian, I don't just tell any client I have, yeah, you have to go vegan, you have to go 100% plant-based, it's the only way to be. Not at all. I would never want someone to think that of me. My job as a dietitian is to arm my clients with knowledge. So I share with them what the science says. And there's overwhelming scientific evidence in support of the healthfulness of whole plant-based foods. Foods such as vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, and nuts and seeds. Essentially, the more of these foods that we can all eat, the better for our health, the better for the environment, and of course all living beings in it. But the goal doesn't have to be perfection. The goal should just be progress. So, like I say, I don't tell everybody you have to go vegan. If you can, that's great. I applaud that. But I try to meet my clients wherever they are and support them in whatever journey they want to take on. So if this is something that you're thinking about, you're thinking, yeah, I want to take control of my health, I want to start eating more plant-based, then get in touch and I can maybe help you. Şimdi Türkçe özeti geliyor. Bugün kendi vegan yolumu anlatmaya çalıştım. Yani neden, ne zaman ve nasıl vegan beslenmeye başladım. Tabii ki birçok kişi gibi ben vegan bir aileye doğmadım. Yani hiç de bile anne baba Türk, yani geleneksel Türk mutfağında büyüdüm diyebiliriz. Hem de Kanada mutfağı, yani ben Kanada'da büyüdüm. Tabii ki onun da etkisi vardı. Ama gençliğimde, böyle genç kızken okulda nasıl diyeyim, fikirlerimi değiştirmeye başladım ve vejetaryen olmaya başladım. Ve tüm hayatım böyle ondan sonra yani vejetaryenlikten girip çıktım. Ama 4 sene önce daha derin yani bilimsel kanıtları incelemeye başladım. Yani o zaman diyetisyendim artık ve kendime dedim ki geliştireyim kendimi, bakayım ne var ne yok yani bilimsel kanıtlarda, çünkü sürekli değişiyor ve çok belli oldu ki en sağlıklı gıdalar bütünsel ve bitkisel gıdalar. Yani sebzeler, meyveler, tam tahıllar, baklagiller ve kuru yemişler. Eğer biz bunları daha fazla yersek, et ve süt ürünleri azaltabilirsek ya da tamamen kesebilirsek, o zaman o kadar çok daha sağlıklı oluruz. Şimdi Türkiye'de veganlık pek yaygın değil daha. Yani artıyor ama tabii daha yolumuz var. Ve affedersiniz, birçok kişi beni anlamıyorlar. Yani benimle tanışınca deyince mesela vegan besleniyorum falan. Peki et yemiyorsunuz ama yoğurt da mı yok? Peynir de mi yok? Balık da mı yok? Artık ne yiyorsunuz diye soruyorlar ve biraz da dalga geçiyorlar açıkçası. Çok iyi anlıyorum. Çünkü tabii Türk mutfağında hayvansal gıdalar çok büyük bir rol oynuyorlar. Ama maalesef işte o yüzden Türkiye'de ilk ölme sebep kalp hastalığı. Bu aslında hiç olmaması lazım. Kalp hastalığı tamamen gıda kaynaklı bir hastalık ve onu hem önleyebiliriz hem de döndürebiliriz. İşte kısacası bu. Ne kadar daha fazla bitkisel ağırlıklı beslenebilirsek o kadar daha sağlıklı oluruz. Çevremiz için de fayda sağlar ve tüm canlılar için de fayda sağlar. Bildiğimiz gibi, belki de öğrettiğimiz gibi hayvansal ürünler gerekli değil. Bizim ihtiyacımız yok. Ondan öte hayvansal ürünlerde zararlı olabilir. Onun için bitkisel ağırlıkla beslenmeyi en iyisi. Yine ilginiz için çok teşekkürler ve umarım yine görüşürüz. Hoşça kalın.